Y'all, we here to spill the tea about what happened after our Pop the Balloon episode was recorded. I'm Jana Cole.
I'm Akila J.
So let's start at the beginning, Akila. So they have seen the episode. Hopefully, the people who are watching this video have seen the episode already, and they saw that you and I both almost matched with oh boy Leon. And it was down between you and me, and then he decided to pop the balloon on both of us because we were too old to have his children.
Overall, you're popping both balloons, is what you're saying.
It would be the right thing to do.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
I would love to. Wouldn't mind going on a date and doing it. But
You're good. Just pop the balloon.
I'm sorry.
Pop it.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, and then go ahead and pop this one as well.
What he doesn't know is that I identify as 36. Though.
I love it. I love it.
See, although my birth certificate says one thing.
I love it. I love it.
No, but
I love it.
I can't change your mind. I know.
I know.
I know my
It just
body.
wouldn't be fair, and this is not what the show stands for. But you're all beautiful, and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
What you think about that?
Well, so first of all, let's just say Leon was an awesome candidate. And what he had to say when he was up there at that time did sound like quality material. And so at that time, I was considering, I have a 16-year-old myself, so that's my one and only child that I have. But I was considering possibly having more children for the right candidate. And so I had some follow-up questions regarding his career path and things like that. At the end of it, he did decide to pop under the pretenses that he didn't believe that I would be willing to have two or more children. And he was probably right.
Okay. Um,
I would have been cited for a lot.
Okay, cool. As for me, I definitely felt some type of way because I do want to have children. I want to have multiple children. And for you to sit up here and tell me what my body can do, like, no, I've been preparing for this. I take care of my body. I have been intentionally taking care of my body with the thought and intention, like, this body still gets to give birth. Yes. Like, intentionally taking eating, having a diet and taking supplements to make sure that my reproductive system in particular is in good health. And the thing, like the days and times we are now, women are having babies in their late 50s. I mean,
Older
not late
and
50s.
older.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not late 50s, but early 50s. Women are having
Absolutely.
babies in their early 50s, and the things where we are in technology, just the way the medical field can support us in this endeavor nowadays. Like, how dare you limit me and my body?
I mean, look at right. I mean, we always have our, great example of what Ruth in the Bible, or who was it?
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. So that's always like people. That's always there. So people need to remember that. But yes, so he did end up popping on both of us though, and you were okay with. You were a little frustrated with that, so you weren't okay with that.
Right, because of the
At the
reason.
end of it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, right, and I get that. So do you want to just go get right into it?
Yeah, girl, go ahead.
So there was conversation after the show between.
Wait, hold on, pause, Akila. You jumping ahead too far. Okay.
Okay, all right.
During one of our breaks, there was conversation. During one of our breaks, there was conversation, like, because he came up and was like apologetic, like, I'm so sorry, like, it was really hard, da 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 da.
Oh,
and then he and that's when he offered me the chocolate heart or the chocolate rose, and I was like, no, I'm good.
And he turned it down.
Yeah, I was like,
and
no, I'm
he
good.
ended up giving that to me.
Yes. Go ahead.
I should have stumped that shit.
Granted, to be fair to Leon, I think his intention was to give one to each of us. I think his intention, I don't think he was meaning to give both to me. I think he was intending to give you one and then to come and give you one because we were the last two standing and he was trying to be Mr. Smooth and Suave. And I think that was actually sweet. I really do think that was a sweet gesture. Yes.
Yes, I agree. So at the time that he addressed me after the show, I hadn't realized that he had a conversation with you prior to that on the break. That was a similar conversation to what him and I was having. I didn't know that he was doing that.
He was smooth with it, girl. We was all in the same room.
Not smooth enough. He didn't take anybody home. I mean, not home, but like not home, but to be, an item.
Right. To match. I got you.
Match, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just mention my observations. So after the show was completely taped and we were heading out, we were wrapped. He and I had an additional conversation, and it was cool. It was nice. It was cute.
Okay.
And then I saw him go over to you and have conversation, and y'all seem to be really hitting it off. So I'll let you take it from here.
Well, so pretty much what you had said about, him coming to you earlier and apologizing. Okay, so he basically said that same thing. Like, he just was apologizing, which I didn't feel like he needed to apologize, because I mean, we're there for this specific reason. So I just acknowledged that, and I appreciated him, giving the apology. But I didn't feel like it was necessary. So from there, we just had random conversation about some of our needs and wants. And since the conversation was carrying on so long, I let him know that I had dinner plans, and that, we're going out with I had my nieces that I needed to pick up, and they were going to go out to dinner with us for my birthday, and so on and so forth. And so at that point, we started to gather up and get ready to go. And he walked me to my car.
I think this is a good point to point out that we are all three Capricorns, because it was your birthday right before, it was my birthday right after, and his birthday had just passed as well.
Yep. January 7th for him, January 9th for me. You're January 13th, right?
Yep.
Yes. So that was crazy, because not only was it us that were Capricorns, but there were a whole bunch of multiple people that we kept on meeting throughout the weekend that were Capricorns.
Yes.
And it was just like, oh my gosh. So anyway, he walked me to the car, and then I invited him to dinner. Originally, I was kind of on the fence if I wanted him to go to dinner or not. I did know that I didn't want to go out with the big crowd. I kind of had already had dinner plans, and we had already had reservations, but I wanted to keep it light.
She definitely snubbed me and Rashida when we wanted to go to dinner with her and Valerie. She was like, "Ooh, like I got reservations."
No.
She was like, "We got reservations. I don't know if they'll let you in."
No. No, shut up. Oh my gosh, I did say that.
You did.
I'm guilty. No, I know. But Nicole, but only because I was like overwhelmed from the weekend's events. I was kind of tired too, and I was just like, I didn't want a big, I just didn't want to be out party. I didn't want to do a big thing that night. It was kind of a more chiller night. My nieces were coming and stuff. Now, Sunday night, girl.
We'll get into all that. We'll get into that.
Sunday night was a different story. See, we all could have came out on Sunday night. No, but you are so funny. So I invited him anyway, and he came, and he actually was pretty good company. Now, I was replaying this with a friend of mine earlier, and it was interesting. It was like, after I thought about it, because I don't want to tell you guys what happened. Okay, let me just stay on track. But after I thought about it, we went to dinner that night. He was actually good company at dinner. He actually took the lead. We were just all women, me, my two young nieces, 24 and 17, and Valerie, and him. So it was Leon, Valerie, my two nieces, and myself. So 5 of us total.
Valerie from the show, to be specific,
very
y'all.
Small. Yes, Leon and Valerie are from the show, and then my two nieces. And so, it was an intimate, small little dinner, and he kind of like treated us all like his women, like, like he treated us like he just, made sure every woman at the table was good. This was actually impressive, somewhat, because that's hard. Not all men know how to balance that, like treating the friend good, treating your woman good, treating your woman's friend, treating your woman's aunts and nieces or whatever the case, and he just made it like he just catered to all of us, making sure that all of us were good, making sure my nieces were good, making sure they got what they wanted. And so that was kind of, I really liked that, thinking about it after the fact.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the dinner went on. The dinner ended. We had such a great time at Thea. It was such a beautiful restaurant, Mediterranean rooftop restaurant at the Ambassador Hotel. So gorgeous. And that place just has multiple venues and multiple things within that hotel to explore. I highly recommend. Anyway, so yeah, he just, after the dinner, we went on about our way. He actually drove Valerie home, which I thought was really, really sweet. She was just really tired from the night's events, and she was kind of jet lagged from East Coast time. And so he drove her home, and that was awesome. He did want to hang out after that. He was a little bit more anxious than I like for my liking. He kept on calling me, wanting to hang out after that, expressing that he had one night, here, because he was leaving the next morning. And I was just so tired. I mean, everybody on the show knows how it is. You're kind of anxious getting up to that point. And I was just a little bit anxious getting up to the point of the show. And I was tired from that, just being anxious, trying to prepare for the show. My birthday was prior to that, and it was just a lot going on. And so I was just like really wanting to get home and get some sleep. And so he just didn't really kind of understand that. And he kept on pleading and begging. And then he left a bag in my car unbeknownst to me. And there was one point where we were driving right next to each other, and yeah, I know. There was one point I was kind of questioning that too. Like, you left a bag in my car, okay? Like, so now this is supposed to. And unfortunately, because I live so far on the west side, I just was not turning around for that. And, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking in my head, honey, that bag would be shipped. We ain't getting the bag tonight. Unless you. And so, but he ended up Ubering out to get the bag. And I guess he made friends with this Uber driver that eventually, took him to and fro where he needed to go. So that was great. But he came and got the bag briefly. I went outside and got in my car and took him the bag, and then he went about his way. So that was that for that evening. It was a good night. I did enjoy him that night. He did have conversation, which I like. I thought he was going to be a little bit overbearing for my nieces, but they didn't have a problem with that. They actually liked him. So that was good. I am, I don't want to make this like a Capricorn is a thing, but it is a thing a little bit. And so I'm a little slower paced with, I have fell, quickly before, but I typically don't. It takes me like some time to observe and get all the feels that I need. So I was still taking my time with him, and I didn't quite get there yet. But then I went hiking the next day with my girl, Jay Nicole and Valerie. And I found out that he had been DMing with my sister here.
Yeah, he slid into my DMs when he got back to New York to see if I was back in New York yet. And I was like, no, I'm still in Phoenix. I'm going to stay several more days for my birthday. And so I did. I stayed in Phoenix, hung out with Akila a couple times, celebrated my birthday, went to Thea for my birthday upon her recommendation. It was fabulous. The Grand Ambassador Hotel, period, is fabulous. But yeah, I mean, and then and after that, it didn't go anywhere after that. He hit me up on my birthday to tell me happy birthday and stuff, and he liked a few of my posts or whatever, what have you. It didn't go anywhere after that, but I just found it to be interesting that after that night out with you, he gets back to New York and DMs me to see if I'm back in New York.
Yeah,
but I'll be honest, I was pretty dry in my responses because I knew what it was with you.
Okay. I that's appreciated. Okay, that's interesting because he the fact that he did that, and then I was okay. He texted me that next day, the day that we went hiking. He texted me and he said, "How was your hike?" Now I hadn't told him that I had ever went hiking,
so he must have seen that post I posted because he was following me and he was seeing my post. I post
what post you post?
The big long the one that Valerie took when we did the big hike up the steep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I told
did you see me in
that? You're in it, yeah. So
I know, but like
that's the only way you can know, right? Okay, go ahead.
Well, this is what I concluded from that. So when he said that, I started getting in my head, like I was like, wait a minute, like I didn't tell him about going hiking. And so I told him that. I said, I didn't mention, I said, did I mention going hiking to you? And I knew we hadn't spoken over the phone either. So I was like, I know if I didn't say it in text and we hadn't talked over the phone, how did he even know I was going hiking, And so then I was like, oh, you had already told me at this point that you had been communicating with him. And so I was like, okay, well, he must have got that information from Jay Nicole. And so then when I thought about that, I was just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna, I was thinking like, I don't want to be a part of any kind of lovers triangle or quarrel. And so I was like, if that's, I was like, he knows about us going hiking, all these other things. Like, I was like, they must be communicating. And so I was like, I'm just going to fall back. So then I just stopped texting.
Oh, okay. So with this new information, because no, I did not tell him, we were not communicating like that. I think he saw my post because he was watching and looking at my post. He was liking some of my posts. So I think that's how he found. So does that change things for you?
I don't know, because honestly, I wasn't sold from the gate.
Okay.
But then when I found that out, I was like, even just like, okay, well, I guess I'll just completely cut this. But I wasn't sold from the gate, even though me replaying the dinner with a friend and talking to you about it, I did like how he presented at the dinner. But I would have to spend more time with him because, he did tell me he did say he did 2 different professions. I mean, I get getting on the show and, maybe not giving your primary specific profession, but you kind of we're all out here doing various things. We have our main professions and then our side things and stuff. And like, he kind of led us to believe that he was a cosmetologist. And so,
Wait, so
I
what is
mean,
he?
and then he's not. Oh, he's like not a sales manager because I'm a sales manager, but he is like what is he? I sent the card. You didn't get none of that?
Girl, no, I'm telling you that
I sent it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm missing whole big chunks of that chat. I can't see a lot of stuff. Shit, I can say shit
I'm
on
so
this.
mad. Why?
I
What
don't know,
what
girl.
kind of phone do you have?
I got an iPhone.
He's so funny.
Y'all,
Okay,
we
what
have
kind?
so what we're referring to is all of the women. We all had a great time together. We had a great rapport, and we are all in a group chat together. Um, and y'all know how iPhones and Androids don't
I
work
don't
well
want to say
together.
where he.
So I don't get some of I don't get a lot of the text. The girls be thinking that I'm just I don't know, but I don't get a lot of the text. And so she's referring to a text she
Baby
sent.
Cole be ignoring us.
I don't get a lot of them, and so I didn't get this text. Whatever she was referring to, I absolutely did not. I think he told us that though, Akila. I think he told us
Well,
both. He told us both on the show.
so he is a scent marketing and branding specialist.
I think he told us that. I think he said
So
both.
I'm from New York.
New York. Okay, what do you do?
I am a licensed cosmetologist and also a LLC owner. So I run a small business where I contract companies through it and work for a company bringing a lot of business in the city.
it's entry level.
Oh,
That is an entry level.
say that again. Read it out again.
It's okay. That's not bad. A marketing and branding specialist, scent marketing and branding specialist.
Okay, got you.
And honestly, this is just basically sales. This is and if I say the company,
It's not a high quality company. Is
I
that
don't
what you're
know. I
getting
don't
at?
want to. I mean, no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. Maybe I should check their I don't want to jump to any conclusions.
Okay, got it.
But I was just thinking, like, I mean, I would be concerned if we matched and we started plotting on 3 kids.
Got you. Okay, understood. Okay, do we want to say anything more about Leon? Do you have any more thoughts about Leon before we move on?
We'll keep it cute.
Okay, Leon, it sounds like you might could maybe have a second chance with her. Hit her up.
Maybe Leon, you could drop that number to 1. Come from 3 to 1.
Okay, so that same night while she was out with eating dinner with Valerie and Leon, the night, that night that we had taped, since Akila wouldn't let me and Rashita come to dinner with her,
Oh my gosh.
we
You are
talked to.
funny. I feel so bad for that now.
We talked to some of the other guys, and we decided to go to Plush restaurant kitchen. It's called Plush Kitchen and Lounge. We went there with one of the other guys that was a contestant, as well as his friend who was a former contestant, and some of the other women came with us too, like Sade and Kelly. And am I forgetting somebody? I think that's it. So it was several of us that went to Plush. We had a good time. We had a cute time. It was a great vibe. It was very much a club vibe. They had hookah, they had a DJ, they had a dance floor, but they also had some food, y'all. Like they led with kitchen, and the food is good. I was shocked that this club had good food. So. And it was like soul food. It was black. It was soul food. I wasn't expecting that in Phoenix, Arizona, especially at a club in Phoenix, Arizona. So
Right.
it was good.
Who was all there?
Okay, so it was me, Rashita,
From the show.
Sade, Kelly, and then
Okay.
oh man, I forget his name, but he was the special ed teacher. Do you remember him? The special ed teacher
Yes, from Seattle.
from Seattle.
From
Yes, the
Seattle.
special ed teacher from Seattle, and his
Mhm.
friend Saul, who was from a previous episode. I don't know which episode he was from. The special ed teacher, I don't remember his name. This is horrible. By the time y'all watch this, because we're pre-recording this, by the time y'all watch this, y'all will have seen the episode and y'all will know his name. But in this moment right now, I can't remember his name.
What's your name?
Antonio.
But
Right. And forgive me, guys. I'm tired. I know I look a little sleepy. Sorry.
But I mean, maybe I don't remember his name because he was a little bit. I mean, other than the fact that he was really handsome, aesthetically pleasing man. Other than that, he was kind of a little
Very
blah.
underdressed.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
personality wise?
Yes, he was blah on the show, and I thought maybe it was because he was nervous, but at the club he was blah too. He was blah.
Your style. I like your style as well. It's really laid back. It's just in your eyes. You look a lie to me. I'm not gonna lie. And if you are, that's okay. That's your business. But when I was saw that, I was just like,
Really?
And yes,
What, like no conversation, no what?
barely. Barely, and maybe it's because he wasn't interested, but still, at least have a conversation.
Yeah,
Like,
but exactly. Still have a conversation. I like people that
yeah,
could be able to communicate and have the gift of gab with everybody just because, not because you want to talk to
yeah,
them for any
yeah.
particular reason. Just having a good conversation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, barely. And I feel like that's what his outfit was giving. And this is something I wish I had said on the show. I feel like if the instructions are to show up dressed to impress slash date night, and then you show up in jeans and a hoodie, and a backwards hat, that's your dress to impress. Like that means you're being very
I
casual
didn't like
about
that
this. Yeah, you're being very casual about the situation, which tells me you're going to be very casual in how you engage in this relationship. And I'm good on that.
approach.
Yeah.
I was definitely questioning that too. Yeah, I was totally questioning that too. I did actually keep my balloon on him until the very end. And then I popped right after Sade popped hers. So I was the last to pop on him. So they would have went from her and came to me and we could have matched. But honestly, like when she popped, and her reason for popping with the kids, hers was the kids, right? I'm looking at this camera and making sure I'm looking okay because I feel like I'm delayed. But she popped because of the kids. And so I was thinking about that too. And I think he had 4 kids. And I was thinking, like, I knew that if he would have came to me that we could have possibly matched, but I just started feeling, I don't know if claustrophobic would be the word, but for some reason it was like, get out of here now. Like, just pop it now. Just
Do you feel that was the right decision now?
Okay, so I feel pretty confident in that decision, but he did know some of my family members from Seattle because I do have a lot, like Seattle's kind of like my second home because I'm from Oregon. And so he did know quite a few of my family members. And I liked that he was in the education field, and, there were some qualities. I liked that he was tall, he wasn't bad looking. And so I did kind of think, like, sometimes with what we're weeding through, I kind of was thinking, am I being too particular, or is this something I should consider? So I did think about that, but overall, like, no, I'm pretty solid and pretty happy with my decision. So
Okay. Yeah. His friend Saul though, mad cool.
okay,
I could see me and Saul being friends. Like we kind of keep in touch on social media. I could see me and Saul being like good, really good friends.
okay,
Maybe potentially, maybe even
he
more
did seem cool.
friends. I don't know. Huh?
Really,
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at exploring that. I wouldn't be mad at exploring that. But yeah, just mad cool. Handsome guy too. Yep.
He did seem very he had a great personality. He had a very great
Yes.
personality. He was
Yes.
very communicative. Like, I don't know if that would be the word, but he was very he seemed like he had some jolliness about him too. Like he
Yes.
was like, had a sense of humor, and
Mhm.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
is he your type as far as like physicalness, physical attraction?
He's not.
He's a little more. He's thick. He's kind of thick.
Yeah.
A good thick, but
Yeah. Like, not my typical type, but not my type. Like, I
yeah.
wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't have popped my balloon on him because of his physicality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all stay tuned for next episode for what happened the next day. Period.
Y'all want more tea? Well, stay tuned because in part 2, we will be spilling all the tea about what happened the following night and with all the men behind the scenes.